Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Enjoy Life. I'm your host, Casey Crutchfield, and today we have a special guest for y'all today. He has his own podcast, very into marketing. He does everything, and trust me, his phone does not stop ringing. Trust me. My guest today, Mr. Nick Sanchez. How we doing?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain. I can never complain.
Thank you so much for coming by. Time is always so valuable, and it seems like your time is very quick. So I want to thank you for stopping by, and also I want to say congratulations on you starting your own podcast. About to drop the 6th episode. I just know it can get hard, it can get tough, and you're killing it, man. I love the vision. I love the quality, and I think we're kind of talk about that and incorporate that to today's episode. So just want to say congratulations, man.
Appreciate it. We gotta have you on. So I mean,
I'm excited. I get to see it firsthand.
Yeah, absolutely.
But besides podcasting, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But tell me about what you do from like a marketing standpoint, and kind of take me through your day, man, because it seems busy.
So right now it just varies. I mean, my day changed up whenever. How you want me to start? Do you want me to start talking about like from the beginning, or do you want me to just kind of talk about like what's going on now?
How about we go now and then?
Okay. So right now, I mean, I'll just put it to you like this. This morning I woke up at like around 4:30, 4:45. We had a dinner, a breakfast with Brian Fontenot.
Okay, yes.
Yes. All right. So he had a prayer breakfast and he invited Governor Jeff Landry. So we was up for 4:30, 4:45, camera bag packed, laptop packed so that we could play. We had to do some VA stuff for him, and then we also had to take do some photos and also do some videography for him. So we went and handled that for him this morning, and then as soon as I left there, I had to go stop by another pastor that I actually do some work for. And I promise, guys, I'm not religious that much. Like, I do work for these guys and all, but I do believe in God, right? But I'm not like a crazy holy person. I'm not going to church every weekend. It's just coincidence that I'm talking about all these religious things, right? But I had to stop by my pastor. It's not even my pastor, but a pastor that I do work for. Went handled some business with him, and then I honestly, from right there, my day completely got shot around. All right, so I lose a set of keys that I absolutely need. All right, so I'm thinking like, man, where did I drop these keys? Did I drop them at my house? I'm starting looking all over my house. I'm feeling my pants pockets. I just changed because I got out of the night clothes I was in, changed into some more comfortable clothes because I was about to go to an office. And then all of a sudden, I called my guy that was at the place with me, and I was like, "Hey, dude, check the camera bag. Is my keys in there or what?" He's like, "No." So I'm like, "Oh, shoot." So I called Brian Fontenot back up. I'm like, "Hey, man, do you know where the keys are?" He's like, "I don't think they've seen anything." His secretary, she didn't see anything. She couldn't find them. So I backtracked all my steps right then and there. I left from my house where I was just to change. I went back to the Civic Center, back to the gas station I stopped for a Ghost Energy drink, and back to there was one other stop that I stopped. I think it was just in my driveway at my house. So I went and check all those places, nowhere. Well, I go back and I was wearing some nice slacks, and I start feeling in the pants again, and I already checked these pants like 3 times. Turns out keys are in a little pocket that was just a hidden pocket.
All the pants nowadays have
the little hidden pockets, dude.
Pockets, yeah.
So I was like, God, dude. I was like, Jesus Christ. So, and I really needed to be at the office today. I had 7 quotes I needed to get out to people. I have my employees that have like probably like a list of 20 things that I need to approve before we even send it out. So I was honestly burned 2 hours out of the day that I did not need to burn and didn't have the time to burn.
Yeah.
I needed to find these keys. If I didn't have these keys, I was gonna be locked out of like multiple offices at my place. I was gonna be locked out of like my sauna steam room.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, like I need my sauna steam room. I need my ice bath, you know. So, so I found the keys, whatever. Got to the office. We knocked out those quotes and stuff. Ended up having a haircut today. Had to get fresh for the podcast, right?
Right.
Same one that actually everybody seems to go to. You don't use it too, huh? Where you go get your haircut?
So, hear me out now. So I'm from Bashford. So I used to go to a guy, well, I still go to him. Shout out my guy, Bean. He's the only guy I'll go to as of now. You know how that is. Like, you know the loyalty. So when I became maybe like a freshman or sophomore in college, he moved to LaPlace. So I'm making that trip to LaPlace every like 2 weeks, week and a half, maybe. I know but it's worth it. Bean, if you're probably watching, I will make that trip all the time. But yeah,
No, that's awesome.
I actually don't know who you're talking about. But she does give a good fade, it looks like.
Yeah, no, so it's Megan. I'll shout out Megan. So
shout out Megan.
Everybody in the digital world, I guess, that is around Thibodeau seems to use her for some reason. You know, you got Brody, Colin, me. I got another guy that used to work for me, Josiah. I don't know. It just seems like I keep on running into people, and they're like, "Yeah, get my haircut by Megan." I'm like, "We're all in Thibodeau," and I'm like, "All these guys are driving from Thibodeau to Houma." I was like, "Damn, she actually must be pretty badass." And the only reason I found her was because my buddy Bryce, we went snowboarding last year in Breckenridge, and they were part of the group, and he brought her along, and now it's his girlfriend, and well, they're still together, of course. They actually just had a baby. Okay. And yeah, congrats to them.
Congrats.
But yeah, she
got it going on.
Dude, she got it going on, and she actually, I just told her, dude, she needs to raise her prices, like just because.
How much you paid?
Today? I mean, she only charges $25, so I mean, I thought, yeah, that's cheap. That's what I'm saying. And
you don't want to know how much.
I know, dude, only $25, and she is legit, and like it comes out.
Does she do the hot towel and stuff?
No, well, if I wanted to, and I'm sure it'd be a little bit more if she did, but
it's worth it.
Yeah, but like, dude, I don't have time for that. Yeah. I'm talking to her, you know, because we're good friends now, and I'm in and out of there as soon as I can be, and it's no hate or nothing. It's not like I'm not trying to talk with her. It's just like
you're a busy guy.
Yeah, no, just my time is limited at the end of the day. If I stay at one meeting for too long, I'm late to the next meeting.
Yeah.
And then lately, my days have been consisted of just pretty much meetings. You know, we just had the call that just came in. Like I said, I gave out 15 quotes today, actually, for 7 different clients, and then tomorrow I have to write out 3 more quotes for 3 new clients.
So let me ask you, and obviously, like I watched your stories and stuff. Tell me, like, if I wanted to hire you, or so say, I don't know if that's the word for it.
Right.
What does a quote look like, and like what amount wise, and what can I expect to get out of you?
All right. So, what are your goals? You know, first tell me that, because at the end of the day, I'm a goal-oriented person. So if I'm not reaching goals that you want to reach, and I don't even know those goals, then how can I achieve what I need to do? Yeah, of course, everybody wants an ROI, but the ROI is going to come with it. At the end of the day, what are you looking for? Are you looking for followers? Are you looking for leads? Are you looking for
let's say
the whole package? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The whole you want the whole package, right?
Let's say if I wanted you to promote my Instagram or
let's just
podcast.
say that's one. That's gonna be nothing. That's gonna be little. We wouldn't even probably take that work, honestly. Just if you wanted us to do one thing like that, and it just
so y'all do stuff on a way major scale.
Yeah, way major scale.
So maybe give me a prompt.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
Yeah, no. So basically, if a company would come to us and they want just our general, we take care of everything that we do for them. All right, social media management, that's gonna be number one, and this is what we would need to do if they wanted us to be their complete marketing company, right? Social media management, that's number one. What comes with that is usually just based on our clients and the clientele that we deal with, we're more business oriented, business to business, right? So we always have a TikTok, a LinkedIn, an Instagram, a Facebook, and then now we incorporated a YouTube to it. We also, for our personal companies and for a few of our companies that we do quoting for, we also include Snapchat and X, Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So social media management, and what comes with that is on any one of those platforms that they choose, right? Based on however many platforms they would choose, we would say, all right, this is what we would do for it. This is the content that we would make for it. So we would basically quote you out 2, 3 posts, 4 posts, 5 posts, however many posts you want. You tell us however many you want, we'll make it happen. It just depends, are you willing to pay for it, right? So some people think they can get into this and they're like, I want a shark going out every day. Yeah, I want a shark. All right, you ready to pay a $7,000 package?
Yeah, I was about to ask if you didn't mind, like, what are the packages?
No. So it's just that for something like that, for a company that will want a short or video coming out every single day of the week just to hit the algorithm for TikTok or to do whatever they're trying to achieve, you're looking at somewhere at $7,000 to $10,000 right there if we're posting every single day to all of the platforms. Now, what comes with that also is Google Ad Management, where you do your Google business profile. We also handle all of the analytics. So we make sure that our goals are being met. And then we also run the ad campaigns on all of those different socials. And then on top of that, we do also handle search engine optimization. And we also recommend, because a lot of people already have people that they're with the websites already, right? We recommend switching over with us. And if companies already have a website and they love their website or whatever, we'll redesign that website at a discounted price and we'll bring it over to us. That way we can handle their back end for our search engine optimization, so we can link all of these things together so that the algorithm can read it, right? Some of these companies, they want to try to cut costs and not pay for all of the services that we have to offer. But what people don't realize is that whenever you put all of these services together, that's what's talking to these algorithms, right? Meta has its own algorithm. TikTok has its own algorithm. Google has its own algorithm. You want to perform on those algorithms, you need to be alive and awake on every one of these platforms. Anywhere that your company can be on a digital presence, you need to be. Your www.mycompany.com, right? It needs to be somewhere on those sites, whether it's YouTube, TikTok. It needs to be on as many as it can. You want to be on every single one of your yellow pages, right? You want to be booking on Bing, Microsoft, Google, yellow pages, pink pages, whatever pages, all of your pages, right?
Right.
Anywhere you can get your company in a digital aspect, and then also having people interact. So that's where it comes into play. A big deal with our companies is people interacting with those posts. So I get monetized from my personal Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, my personal Facebook page, because I do so much marketing for so many different companies. So depending on however a post performs on whatever company, right, I get paid so much. I think the most I ever got paid was like $9 or $10, right, from Facebook.
Mhm.
But Facebook's not the place to monetize content at the end of the day. I never had a video on Facebook. I lie, I say that. We have to look there now, so
Yeah.
we do have some
We'll
videos.
talk about that for sure.
So we do have some videos out there that's going pretty crazy. But compared to what some of my videos got, I mean, all right, the craziest video that I got, it just released, right? And I can't take the credit for it, right? The guy who released it, he has just 2.2 million followers just on Instagram. You just had him on your show, right?
Yeah, a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Shout out Shreds.
Shout out Brody, right? Brody's the man. I hope I do some more work with Brody soon in the future. But yeah, I mean, he posted that video and he was sending me some stats and stuff. He said it's like one of the best performing videos of the series that he did. And then it was just off of the analytics that he was reading. I don't want to put words in his mouth, so let me just read the text.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just read the text. I got him towards it. I could just search real quick. So he said, I said, it's performing or what? He said, doubling the best video I've put out. And I just put, ready for the next one when you are, brother. So, we gonna hopefully make some more stuff happen, but Yeah, his videos I think are like 600,000 views right now.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one I ever had. The closest next one I had to that one, I think had like 400,000 views. So I mean, still not bad, right? But
Definitely not at all. And you seem to kind of know a lot about the digital kind of aspect of things. I'm not really too familiar, and maybe for those watching who aren't that familiar, can you kind of expand on the algorithms and kind of how it works a little bit?
so I'm not like a super. I'm not gonna say I'm not a super professional. Like I understand how it all works, and I know what needs to be done to make you successful, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm this YouTube wizard at analytics, right? I'm not no Mr. Beast. I'm not the Nelk Boys, right?
Right.
I'm not catching these people and figuring out what they really want to see to that degree, right? To be able to get these millions of views. But at the end of the day, I'm doing marketing for businesses, right? I'm doing marketing for a Patriot. I'm not a Patriot. I'm doing marketing for a crane company, right? At the end of the day, will a crane company post get millions of views? Dude, it better be a badass video.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, we make some badass videos, but like, I mean, we kind of cap out at like 2,000, 3,000. I think the highest one we ever had, one of them was like a 4 or 5,000 one. And I mean, the content is there. It's not that it's not there. Could we be a little bit more consistent with those? Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, we need more people and we need to be able to make more content and we need to charge more money to be able to do and get to that level for some of these companies because look, the company I was just talking about right now, I just posted a thing on my stories. I don't brag about the companies ever that we do marketing for. I'm more of a hellback guy. I don't like to be the center of attention at the end of the day. I rather be kind of like in the background.
The man behind the scenes.
Yeah, the man behind the scenes that's making the moves and making the actual things happen. I don't need to take credit. Whenever people tell me, oh, hey, what's your Instagram at? What's your stuff? Whatever. Don't follow my stuff. I don't care if you know my stuff. Follow Lone Wolf Marketing. Follow Alpha Wolf Area Solutions. Follow Marsh Media. Follow The Wolf Den. Don't follow me. I don't care about me. I want my companies to succeed. I want the people who work for my companies to succeed. So at the end of the day, I rather put the attention on them rather than me.
Yeah, and that's great, man. But let's kind of shift in to the Wolf Den and kind of tell me about that, how that started. I know we kind of talked about it off camera. You said it really didn't take that much time to kind of start up, but just kind of tell me about that process.
So the same company that I was just talking about, shout out Austin. That's my business.
Shout out Austin.
Yep. Austin Hebert. He is actually the owner of Patriot Crane Rentals. He was probably like my fourth or fifth client that I ever had that came on to my marketing company. He was probably the third client that ever gave me full reins. Say here, take the reins, don't.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this, he's also another client that I ever showed him a video. He never said, oh no, dude, this don't look right, this don't look good. Like it was never always, hell yeah, bro, good job, let's go, let's make it happen. And we never had any type of negative feedback, right? So what we're seeing with him right now, I walked into the office today, the dude was basically telling me like, hey, turn the off switch off. Like turn it off. Yeah. Because they have so many people calling them left and right now, trying to get business from them. Just their Google clicks just in the past 13 days is at like, I want to say 60. So that's at like 4 clicks a day technically that somebody clicked on their business page to go and get information for them that turn into a conversion. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. It's just like, I kind of lost track where I was going on now.
No, you were talking about the podcast and how he got so many clicks for his, like you're talking about your business partner.
Yeah, so he did that or whatever, and he decided that I went up to him and I was like, Austin, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm looking for a building right now for my marketing company. And he was like, he didn't say nothing. He was like, what? And then he like kind of went back and thought about it, I guess. And then I called him again and he was like, dude, he was like, or he called me. He's like, dude, I got a space for you. He was like, don't go look for nothing. He was like, come check it out. Come see what we got going on. So this was in October, late October too. And I was like, all right, went check it out. Literally that day that I went check it out, we was like, all right, screw it. We're going to do this. This is going to be my office right here. We're going to build a wall right here, another wall right here, another wall right here. So we built 4 walls. One of them to enclose a photo studio room and the other one to enclose the podcast studio room. We were done all of that by the end of December, and we opened up on January 13th or something like that.
Okay.
So probably like a 3-month process. And whenever people walk into our studio, they're like,
This is legit.
Yeah, no, they're like, I'll tell you, look, Brody, again, we're going to talk about one more second, but Brody walked in there and he's like, look, dude, I've been going to some places. I've been going to Los Angeles. I've been to Miami, yada, yada, wherever. He's been to all these crazy places. He's like, I've never been to a studio as crazy as this. So I'll be honest with you. They had a guy on Facebook the other day, one of my younger guys who work for us. He reaches out. He does a lot of rappers and stuff in our area, right? But one of the rappers wanted an interview along with something else for a studio session, whatever. Well, it was going to be like a 2-hour minimum or whatever. Well, I told the dude, I was just like, look, this is what it's going to be. He wanted to use one of our FX30s, crazy camera equipment that cost, just that was like $2,700, just that one camera.
Yeah.
They wanted to use our lighting. They wanted to use the studio. They wanted to use everything. Right? They're in $1 million studio, like legit $1 million studio. I said $250 an hour. So this dude goes on to Facebook and he like crosses out my dude's name and all, and I don't even care. I'm gonna bring it up if anybody sees it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Crosses out the name and all, and he says $250 an hour for a studio in Houma, Louisiana is crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, in Houma, Louisiana, where nobody else is doing anything like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Go find another studio then.
That's got like that quality.
Yeah, no, that has that quality that is soundproof and everything. Dude, the insulation in our walls is soundproof. Like we use soundproof, high grade insulation. Everything. You go into there, the acoustics sound amazing. We can film a rock band and they can play a full set in there, and you can be 2 rooms over and not even know that they're in the room.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like, I don't know. Whenever things like that and I see stuff like that, it's just like, all right, dude, well, fuck off. We don't need your money, right? We really don't. So, bye. Don't go take it to Facebook and don't go call me out because we're using a professional, high quality studio, right?
Like y'all are trying to be professional.
Yeah, we're being professional. We're not sitting over here and saying, hey, man, F you because you didn't want to use our studio, right? And I'm not going to take that to Facebook. But that's also one of my golden rules, right? Never bring anything negative to nowhere.
Social media,
right? I hate whenever people bring negative things to social media or just
because 1, it's there forever, and 2, you're kind of making a mockery out of yourself.
Making a mockery out of yourself, and even why, like they have one guy that's in the area, and I'm not gonna call out no names, but he's actually a business owner over here, but I look at this dude, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Because you coming on Facebook, you're posting reviews and comments of your people that's buying things from you, and you're arguing with them, and you're supposed to be like a pronoun business owner and this lead marketer of your company, and you know all this stuff, and you've been to these. I think they had like a couple, like little, I don't know, some type of like little meetings that they had in Thibodeau before. And like they asked him to be a guest speaker because of how well his company's marketing is. Okay, how well it really is, right? Man, you see a lot of this stuff too with things like that, and it's just like, why are you always going to Facebook to post your dirty laundry? Mm-hmm. So it's things like that aggravate me. And then also I'll tell you another thing that aggravates me. I'm very ADHD, so I'll flip topics like left and right. So I know
Yeah.
that's probably what's happening right now. I'll be honest. But like another thing that aggravates me is all these little chicks who graduate college with some type of little business degree or marketing degree or whatever they get in, and then they go and buy a camera, and then all of a sudden they're these digital social media experts. They know everything about photography and videography, and they can make you all these things and be so successful and all, and then they charge these dumb prices. And I mean, I'll just be honest with you. I'm doing business with a lot of high class, well known individuals in Thibodeau and Houma now, right? My name is getting out there. People talk, they know, they do business with me, right? I talked to probably 3 prominent business owners, and I went look at the next 3 to 4 companies that's in my area that have to do with marketing. And literally, they had nothing good to say about them. They were like, "Oh, that dude's 0 for 12. Oh, that chick, she's 0 for 18. Like, she's been to one of the chicks. It's actually disgusting. I'm not gonna say her name, but if you go Google marketing companies in Thibodeau. I would like everybody who's watching this go Google marketing companies in Thibodeau. You'll see who pops up first, right? I don't even need to say my name. It's gonna be there. Lone Wolf Marketing LLC will be the first business that pops up, and it will also be the first one on our organic page site. Look who pops up underneath me. And then look how many more reviews that they have. And look how many more, how just their reviews. Because I know they went out there and reached and paid for and probably got fake reviews, whatever. Dude, I got like 10 reviews. But you know who still sits at the top? Me. You want to know why?
Because of the quality.
No, not even because of the quality. Because I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Also that, serious.
no, I'm being serious. Like,
Yeah.
and these people claim they know what they're doing, and they charge these outrageous prices. I know this one chick that I'm talking about. No company in Thibodeau wants to hire, but she's hosting these panels or whatever, where she goes and I'm gonna teach you everything about marketing, and I'm gonna teach you whatever. And she's probably selling like $100 tickets, and I'm like, all right. And I talked to another guy who actually does do good marketing in this area, and he said that she's probably making like probably close to 700, probably doing like $750,000 worth of revenue, like from these like things and all. And I'm just like, who's dumbasses that's paying her to go watch these things and that to go be involved in these things? Because I wouldn't pay her $1 just based off of this information I learned, and you know what I mean? Like, nah, dude. So it's just things like that we're trying to set a new example,
New standard.
Yeah, new standard for the marketing side of things. But I think we show it with the Wolf Den, and that's kind of the point that I was getting at with that was the Wolf Den. We did everything to the highest quality possible. So nothing that we did with it was half-assed, right? We bought pretty much the best of the best cameras at a reasonable budget that we can use to, film it and be 4K quality, be able to post and it look good, right? We definitely spend the money on the building and the insulation, soundproofing, the equipment, right? Our sound panel boards, our what is it? We got a Blackmagic to switch out all video. So just everything we kind of went over the top, TVs in every single room for monitors.
I can cut this part out. Would you mind saying how much like the whole podcast
with that stuff costs? No, I don't want it all. Yeah, okay. No, keep this in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can keep it in.
No, honestly, all the parts that I messed up, you can keep in anything because I'd rather it be natural.
Yeah.
But
about how much you'd say?
Me personally, I invested right at 30, and then I got a check written back to me by my business partner because that was kind of like the deal. Like, hey Nick, you make this happen. You know all the ins and outs of it.
You know what to buy.
You know what to buy. You know what to do. You bring the business. You make it happen. That's what I'm currently doing right now. Right? We've been revenuing money. We've been doing good ever since we did it. But his part of it was kind of bringing the cash or whatever for it. So I put up a lot of money just to start it off, just to get everything, and then just because I was bonding on my card and getting it with my Best Buy points and shit like that. So But I'll be honest with you. So he wrote me a $20,000 check, right?
On top of that,
Yeah, just to replenish me, to
Uh-huh.
give me, because like I was kind of like in a tight spot.
yeah,
Kind of. Well, I was like, there's 30,000, and then like I got I got just in employees, I paid $10,000, right at $10,000 a month just in payroll.
Uh-huh.
So
How many employees do y'all have, by the way? Just quick question. You would say
8.
8? Okay.
10 technically if you count like some of the people that help us out on the
Uh-huh.
side and stuff, but 8 like so is if I count like my 8 solid full ones, it would be I have 3 full-time employees, I have 3 part-time employees, and then I have 2 interns. And
Okay.
then
Okay. And that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's worth it. Like, does it give me freedom? Yeah, but no, because we're growing this company. Like,
Yeah.
they get to the office, and they're in the office more than me right now, just because of how many meetings and just everything that I got to do on a daily basis. But they see it. They know what I do. I'm up till 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, man. I don't go to bed till 4, and I'm been back up at 9 o'clock, trying to get back up, make it into the office if I can before I go to the next meeting, right? Whatever I
Yeah.
have to do. But it's a struggle sometimes, but at the end
That's
of
what
the
it's
day,
about.
yeah, I
That's
love
what
it.
it's
I
about.
love it. Yeah, but like, yeah, I love it. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah,
Right.
I like being busy as well. But kind of let's backtrack. You said you had a wild story for me about how, like, I guess this all kind of started, this entrepreneurship, this marketing, all of that. So I would love for you to please tell the story.
So,
And I don't know it at all. So
I was always an entrepreneur, right? I won't bring it up in this podcast because I know this isn't the podcast or the place or the time for me to talk about this.
okay,
But let's
you can
just
just
say-
skip over that.
No,
part.
let's just say I'll put it just like this, and I'll let viewers decide whatever they want to decide. But let's just say throughout college, I had my own extracurricular activities, right?
Mhm.
That I built my own little empire on, you know?
Yeah.
And I did my own thing, so I was always an entrepreneur in some type
Yeah.
of way. Whenever I realized, hey, this isn't the life for me, my homie, bad shit happened to him, and I was just like, yeah, dude, this
Something
is,
needs to change.
Yeah. And then whenever I actually graduated college, just a flip switch, and I was just like, all right, I moved in with DJ. Shout out DJ.
Shout out DJ, because DJ supports. Shout him out.
DJ actually helped me out a lot. He has people.
Can I tell you a funny story about DJ before you get into this? That was actually the first house that I've been to for a house party.
Really?
Yes, a freshman in college. It was at DJ's house. Shout out my boy Reed, because that's who I went with. But he was like, yeah, that was the first place I've been to. But yeah, please continue.
Yeah. So I moved in with DJ, and like I was saying, shout out DJ. He just gave me like stupid cheap rent we was able to pay, and it was a nice house, just like this house.
Yeah. Shout out Quinn.
Yeah. So I got to live there, started off pretty much my work career, and I went on for my first one. I hated going on the interviews and stuff. I hate it. I'm not that kind of guy, dude. I don't like corporate stuff. And it just, at the time, that's what it was. Like, that's what the
That's
word
what it
still
is,
was, right? It was still filling out and going to interviews, filling out resumes and shit. And I was just like, dude, I'm not about that, whatever. Well, I finally, did this one random one on Indeed or something like that for a company out of Baton Rouge. Ended up, dudes were kind of cool. Like I'm gonna say, kind of cool, right? We hit it off at first. Well, we definitely hit it off whenever they saw, oh shit, this little dude can make us some money. So they had me going out, and I was selling roofs. I didn't know that's what I was going to do. I just got kind of put into the situation, and that's what it was. So basically, the first Hurricane Laura hit Lake Charles. I was driving from the house that I was living at with DJ to Lake Charles every single day from like 5 o'clock in the morning and then I wouldn't get home in the afternoon until like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. And then, DJ's house, we had 20 guys at the house, and if it wasn't 20 guys, then we had a party.
Yeah.
So then we had 15 girls and 15 dudes, and it just whatever, So I would go work all day, go make sales or whatever, and then come back home and I'll be tired. But then I got a party. Yeah, I'm still young, so I'm out here. I'm training myself. I'm probably sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, driving to Lake Charles from where we live. That's literally a 3 hour and 45 minute drive.
It is.
Yeah, it's a 3 hour 45-minute drive. So I would get there around I think 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning if I left at 5:30 around that time, because I would wake up at 5 and go. I actually made really good money. I can't lie.
It was worth it.
Yeah, within probably 3 days, I signed, I want to say $40,000 worth of contracts within a 3-day period. And then within 2 weeks, I signed $75,000 worth of contracts. So that was my first kind of big hit.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm understanding, you took that mindset of what you were doing and applied it to the marketing and.
Well, no. So we didn't even get to that. Let me continue with this. So, that was my first big lick. Made 10%, so I made $75,000 my first year coming out of college. Boom.
23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to me.
It was a good bit amount of money. So that was my first amount that I made coming out of college. Then, after the first year, they started bringing in some older guys and stuff, and I'm just like, yo, where? I'm telling them, hey, you promised me this, and that. Now you gave me a company truck, but I gotta drive the company truck back here, and I gotta take my car back from the office back to my house whenever I could drive the company truck from my house. He was just doing stupid shit to me, dude, that made no sense. And just because he was the boss, right? Just, hey, I gotta wear the bigger pants, right?
Yeah.
So what?
Trying to low bro.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck your pants. Your pants are fucking shitty anyway.
And they don't have the secret pocket.
And they don't have the secret pocket. So, you know what? I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna buy my own pants. Nah, I lied. I didn't go buy my own pants yet. So I went to another company. That was my buddy. That I told him, hey, this is what I did with this company. Well, that buddy at the time, I'm not gonna mention no names. It's not faulty, because there are some bad things that went on between us. And we both had made our fault on my end and on his end. I was a little immature on some things. He was he tried to cash some checks that his ass couldn't cash, if that makes sense. He promised some things that he couldn't really fulfill. So he ended up writing me off or whatever, but I did the same thing like I did for that other company. I went in, I sold $40,000 worth of roof contracts within a few weeks. Probably did realistically another $60,000 for Hurricane Ida in this area. Nothing too crazy. And he really wasn't paying me like he said he was going to pay me. And he was supposed to help me out on my truck, and I had just bought a 2500. I'm still driving it to this day. I love my truck. I never regret it.
Nice truck.
Yeah. So, but I bought that truck because
you were
I was driving trailers for him. I was doing all this and that. So I was like, it didn't work out or whatever. We got in an argument. We were just getting bad blood between each other. At the end of the day, we were friends too before, so we were just we gotta split ways or whatever. He wrote me off a check to make us to kind of pay me off, and we split ways. And that night that we finally decided to split ways, I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm not relying on nobody else. I'm not whatever. I saved up enough money on my own. I did enough. I bought a $6,000 computer. I built a $6,000 computer in my room at DJ's. They watched it from the whole thing. Andrew Askew.
Sounds familiar.
Just one of our good friends. He also
shout him out.
Yeah, shout out Andrew. One of our good friends. He's definitely gonna watch this episode, but he freaks out about it all the time. Calls me and will be like, "Dude, I can't believe where you at now. I watched this from the beginning. It's just
yeah.
I'm actually, yeah, you're right. It is kind of crazy because I'm telling you, I started my business literally in that night that I split up from that guy. I said, all right, I'm done. I'm doing my own thing. Made a website, made a brand, made a name, everything in a night, within 6 hours. Within a week, I had my first client. whenever I got my first client. Within like 2 or 3 weeks after that, I had my second client, and then after that, I pretty much I
Snowball.
just kind of trickled in. I started doing work with the with some government programs in our area. Then I got I got asked to be on the Assumption Chamber Board of Commerce, so I'm also a part of the Board of Commerce over there. I got asked to be a part of the project where they're building a new museum at in Port Bell River. They're actually gonna call it a Chaffly Museum. So that's actually about to be a really big thing in Louisiana for our community. So just all these different projects and just being involved in the community in so many different ways. Networking, man. Honestly, that was my biggest thing, and that's the thing that still to this day makes me the most money.
Yeah,
It's not even really. It is. It's obviously getting the work done and stuff, but if it wasn't for networking, I mean,
you wouldn't be where you were at.
mm-mm.
So let me ask you. You're older than me, and I have kind of a younger audience. What's your advice to the audience on, if they want to kind of get into that sort of world,
What world? Like the actual
as far
business world?
as marketing, business, doing digital, stuff like that, everything that you do, what would be your best advice for someone who would want to go down one of those paths?
Be obsessed with it, like for real. I'll put it to you like this: whenever I first started, I was on, and people are gonna think this is corny or whatever. And they got that dude that came out with that thing or whatever. I'll sleep on 4 hour intervals, blah 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 blah. No, I really was sleeping on 4 hour intervals. I was sleeping. I was sleeping like probably like 8 o'clock at night. I would fall asleep, and then I would wake up around 12. And I would work from like 12 till like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning. Then I would sleep from like 7 a.m. to like probably like 11, 12, wake up and do it all over again. And that was literally my life for a very long time. And then I had to go around that too. So sometimes if I had a client that needed to meet with me or something, right, then I had to switch up my schedule.
Yeah.
So sometimes I didn't even get to sleep my 4 hours that I needed to get to sleep. So be ready to get sleepless nights. Be ready to invest the money that you make back into the company. Still to this day, I can't say still to this day, but leading up to this year, I've never collected a paycheck technically for myself. I pay my bills and I pay my things that I need to pay, but I've never wrote a check from my companies to myself and was like, "Hey, here's this money for doing a good job." You know what I mean? I never did anything like
It
that.
just all goes back.
All goes back into the companies and the business, and that's what it needs to be if you really want to succeed. Howard, and that's what a lot of these companies don't understand too. And like, especially with working with somebody like me, like it's actually kind of disappointing that I have to explain to some of these people, hey, you should invest in somebody like me, like to do things for your company because you're investing in your company at the same time. So like one, it's a tax write off. Two, I'm basically quote unquote, I guess, a salesman for your company, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm creating content, I'm making these things. That's forever yours. That's forever staying on your stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like a company ain't gonna see it. And I can tell you now, you want our stuff on your socials, right? The reason that people use this is because our stuff is so high quality. It's next level stuff. We can include animations. Pretty much, somebody comes to me, hey, I want a video to look like this, or I want this to happen, or I want a photo to look like this. Well, there ain't nothing that we can't do it. Yeah. We never said no yet.
That's awesome, and I think that's some good advice. But I think we talked about some great stuff, and I think you know what question's coming next, my man. I think you do, and I got some good aspirations for this. So, Nick, why do you enjoy life, my brother?
So, very complex question. All right.
It is, if you think about it.
If you think about it, but like, what makes me happy, or like, why, or how do I enjoy life, or why do I enjoy life?
Why do you enjoy life?
Why do I enjoy life?
What's your why?
Like, what's the thing that keeps me going to keep on enjoying life and to say, screw the negativity, we just gotta stay positive, we gotta keep on going, right?
Right.
Honestly, dude, it would probably be, I want to say the little things, right? And whenever I say about the little things, it's really the big things. So whenever I wake up in the morning and I wake up next to my fiance and my golden doodle and my poodle.
Congratulations, by the way. I didn't know
Yeah. So whenever I wake up next to them in a nice house, right, and we're comfortable and we financially stable, right, I enjoy those type of things, and where we can take breaks and maybe go have, a good vacation or something like that. But then on the flip side, I also enjoy the things of like the grind and the hustle.
Like those sleepless nights.
Yeah, those sleepless nights. Like, dude, I love it. I love the hustle.
Because that's what led to you being able to go on those vacations.
Correct. And I love every step of it just because just building a business, man, honestly. So like why do I actually enjoy life is honestly I love every aspect of it and every single emotion that comes with everything that I do. Honestly, I love to feel emotions, whether it's being on the top of a mountain and I'm going down and I got the wind, I'm 60 miles an hour on a snowboard, right? Mm-hmm. Freedom. I feel free at that moment, right? There's nothing that can take me down. I mean, really, I don't not enjoy life. I can tell you that much. I don't regret anything. Everything that I ever did in my life led me up to me.
Yeah, it's happened for a reason.
Happened for a reason and led me to
God's
be
plan.
Yeah, God's plan.
I'm a big faithful guy, and I'm not saying anything. I don't mean it that type of way.
Look, Joe, check it out. So, we just had Pastor Bill on the next podcast is going to be out, so you need to watch that one.
I will,
because it's big on religion. You'll see a lot of my point of views and where I think. But am I a godly person? Yes. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I believe that He sent His Son down to save us? Yes. There's some things that don't line up, in my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. Some timelines that might be kind of off and stuff that I just don't. I'm like, well, how did that happen? Why did this story happen too in this religion, but then it's in ours too, right?
Yeah.
So what I kind of think is like it's just all based off of the same actual event that happened, but there's so many different correlations to it, right?
No, I feel that. I feel what you're saying.
Where did you grow up in? Catholic?
Catholic,
Me too. That's what I grew up as, and I think, do you grow up Catholic, like actually from like a toddler, or like do you come into Catholic recently?
As a toddler.
And I didn't push you away from it or anything?
No, actually, I would say, just from like a personal standpoint, I wouldn't say that I was so like into it. I had something happen to me personally. I don't know if you know that I have epilepsy.
No, I didn't.
I got into a bad car accident my sophomore year, my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
And, I was very down on myself, very upset. And I just kind of like through God, kind of had a new perspective on life. So I guess since I've had that type of interaction is why I'm so faith-filled.
Right.
But I definitely understand where you're coming from. And I honestly respect everyone's decision,
Yeah, well, so mine...
And it doesn't make someone a bad person.
No. Yeah, no, so where mine...
I think that's important to know.
Where even part of mine stems from is like, I never had that moment, and we even talk about that on that podcast. It's just like I never had like the closest that I ever feel like I ever been to God per se was my mom has just had brain cancer, like we found out that this past Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, it's all good. She's honestly making like a full recovery. Like
that's great.
Yeah, they got all of the brain stuff out, all of the tumor out of her brain. She's got done with radiation. She's started with chemo now, so she's pretty much almost about to be done with everything. But we pretty much think she's gonna make like a full 100%. Obviously, she's not gonna be this 100%, but she's gonna be 99.9%, right? So yeah, that like so the closest I ever been was like I was kind of like we just like praying to God one day in my living room, and I was just like by myself, and like I was like, literally just standing up, and I was just like closed my eyes, and I was just like, look, God. And I'm not the type of guy either to just go to God for whenever times are bad, right? Like I also I'll talk about God. Like I probably whenever we get in my truck, I'll be like, "Hey God, we just talked about you." Like I hope I didn't say that wrong. You know, I'm that kind of guy. Like I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not going to hell. Like no, dude. Like I might do some bad shit, but I ain't going to hell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was like, dude, God, just take this off my shoulder. Like help me. Like let me know that it's gonna be all right and shit. And I swear, like my whole body, like kind of like called like a chill. I got real light.
I know what you feel about those.
Yeah,
shows.
like a chill, and I got real light, and I was just like, dude, I was just like, that's crazy, because I was like, that didn't make no sense right there. Like, did I get that chill because like I was just really being emotional, right? And then like, or did God kind of give me a sign? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that was his sign.
And I'm definitely gonna check out that episode for sure.
No, for real, do it because a lot of good stuff gets brought up, and he's actually he's not a Catholic priest. I'll tell you that. He's a Presbyterian pastor. But
so he has his own perspective, even from like
a
Catholic priest would say.
Yeah, he does. He has his own perspective from the same. They're the same vicinity, right? Just they're different a little bit. Like he explains, like you don't have to do these rules and these regulations in order to be saved, right? He believes that we're all automatically saved because Jesus came down, which I really don't disagree with him on that. Like, as far as like the Ten Commandments deal and all, like, yeah, we all should follow the Ten Commandments and stuff, but as far as like you having to do, like in the Catholic religion, we had to get baptized, yada yada, and all the way to confirmation. I'll be honest with you, dude. When I confirmed, my priest looked at me and he knew, because my priest knew me and I knew the kid was, yada yada. Priest looked at me and said, "Hey, will you continue to come to religion once you confirm?" Looked at the priest dead in the eyes. "No, sir, I will not." That was me. That's who I was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was also because I'm against control. And that's another thing on how I look at religion. So I don't put religion and faith in the same category.
Okay.
I don't at all. I think religion is a form of control and just its own thing. And faith in your relationship with God is a whole different thing. Now, if you choose to explore that faith in a church, and it's that, then yeah, that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
And you find a community or somebody, right? But at the end of the day, I don't feel like your religion should conform you as a person or show you who your identity is, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying.
Because at the end of the day, who are you to say, because of how you were brought up in a Catholic religion, how I was brought up in a Catholic religion, where we might have Hassad right here who is, he believes in Buddhism, and then we might have over here who believes in Judaism, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're right on their points, they're sitting here arguing with us. Nah, you got so who am I to tell that person, nah, your faith is wrong and mine is correct?
Yeah, I don't think
that's why I don't agree with the religion. But can me and that person say, hey, I agree that there's a higher being and that, obviously there's another place that we're going to go to after this, and hopefully it's to heaven, and you know what I mean? Yeah, we can pretty much all be on the same page on that, right? Yeah. So it's just like, what? You know what I mean? I don't like religion, man. It's like, are you a godly person? Because like, I don't know, I feel like whenever you bring religion in it, people aren't godly who's in religion. Think about that. A lot of the people that I know that kind of do some of the shadiest things and stuff, they're in church every Sunday. No, I'm being serious.
Mm-hmm.
But this is from where I'm from, like Camp Park.
Yeah.
I
can tell the accent.
I'm just being honest. Like I'm gonna always be real. And I'm gonna keep it straight. I'll never lie and bullshit nothing. Like look, some of the worst people that I know, that just growing up and shit, they're in church every Sunday. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I'm not in church every Sunday, but I never wake up in the day and say this is what kind of harm I'm trying to cause on anybody, or this is what I have ill intentions of. Everything I do to my fullest ability, and I do anything I can to help anybody around me. And I think that energy really shows, because the people that are around me, I don't think they would disagree if you would ask that same statement.
Mic drop. And I think that's the longest we went after by saying why we enjoy life.
Yeah.
But that needed to be needed. So I appreciate you for sharing that. And then also, once again, let's backtrack. I want to say congratulations for everything you got going on, man. Just after sitting down here and busy, and I love the work ethic that you have, and I just want to wish you the best of luck in the future. And I'm so excited to come on your podcast and do some things in the future. So I just want to say thank you again.
Look, next week or the week after, we gotta book something up.
Okay, just let me know and make it happen.
We will.
Nick, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And like, comment, subscribe. Go check out the Wolf Den
the Wolf
on
Den.
YouTube. And I'm sure y'all got it on everything else.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple.
I mean, honestly, if you look up my Instagram, I say I never shout out my Instagram.
Yeah.
And like, this is the first time I'm gonna do it, and the only reason I'm gonna
First
do it.
time.
Like, yeah. So the only reason I'm gonna do it, if you look up my Instagram handle, NIK Sanchez 13, is I think the name is gonna pop up, Nicholas Rudy Sanchez. If you look up my Instagram handle, we have all of our businesses on my Instagram handle, and then you can click the LinkedIn tree, and then you can go to any one of our companies from that link tree. And I have like Lone Wolf, AO Wolf. Yeah, and I think that's like only one of the only spots that we actually have the AO Wolf link tree, because we basically like that's how we structure our company. So we have a parent company and then 3 sister companies.
Perfect. Y'all go check it out. If y'all need anything, he's the man. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We're out.